Let me just. Hello? Hello. Hello and welcome to another episode of Blender. Today we will be doing rendering interior scene, and this is what we will try to achieve. This is the one I was practicing earlier, so I will try to achieve something closer to it. I will be recreating this, but this is not a modeling session. I have downloaded these models for free just to demonstrate here in Blender applying materials and doing the lighting setup. Okay, so I will recreate all of this, but this is not a modeling session, so I'll try to achieve somewhat closer to this image. So I will close this. Okay, and let's see where we are. Okay, so we are here with this armchair, and I have already demonstrated applying materials to this armchair in a previous video, and I have put the link in the description. Let me double check. Yeah. Okay, so let's begin. Let me do a preview, material preview, and this is what I have shown earlier in the previous video. And this is the same texture as the armchair for the cushion, and I have applied the color, different color to this cushion. Let me show this. Okay, I will come closer to this. Let me show the setup. So what I'm doing over here, I've added this color node, and then when you click this, you can assign a color, any color that you want. Okay, undo it. Okay, and then you can just plug this to the A slot, and then from here to the base color. So if I disconnect, okay, and then connect this directly to the base color, as you can see, using the same. Okay, so I'll just put this back and connect the result to the base color. Fine. So let's begin. I will try to first arrange the scene. Okay, so I'll go to my top view, and I will add a ground plane. Shift A, scale it. Maybe somewhat like this, just for the flooring, and then I will start to arrange these items. Let me bring the floor lamp, select the shift, select the floor lamp, and then I'll go to my top view, just bring this closer, and then I can select the side table and then bring it closer. Let's see what's happening. Let me bring this out. Okay, and okay, we will adjust this once I add the camera. But before I add the camera, let me create a wall. I'll create the cube, and I'll just scale it. Okay, and then scale it in the Y just to cover up. And now press N. Okay, so Z value is 200. So let's type 200 divided by 2. Okay, so this is another way to bring this sitting on top of the ground plane. And now let me apply rotation and scale. Okay, so this height, the wall height, I want it to be 250 centimeter. Okay, good. And I would like to create a skirting. Control R, this, bring this down. Okay, and now I would like to duplicate this wall, Shift D, and then rotate it 90-degree. And I will bring this over here. Okay. And I would like to create a small window opening. We will not see in the render, but we will use it to throw some light through this window. Okay. So tap to edit, Control R. So I can add some loop cuts. Add one more, maybe this much. Add one more, and add one more. Window opening. Okay. And if I go to my face selection, so I need to create a window opening. So the easiest way to do is select this face and select the back face, shift click, and now we can go to edge, bridge edge loops. What it does is deletes and then fill the gap with another face. Okay, so now let me just duplicate and close that. Let me come out of the edit mode, press tab, and then go to my top view, Shift D to duplicate, and then rotate it 90 degrees just to close this side. Go to the top view, somewhat like this, and then Shift D one more time, rotate it, and I can just put it somewhere here. Okay, we need to have a ceiling, so I will take the floor, move this just a little bit, and we'll go to my front view, Shift D, and then press tab and select everything. The face is selected, E to extrude, just to give a little bit of thickness. And now I will change the snap to vertex. Okay, so press G and press Z, so it's moving in the Z axis, and I will hold control so it will snap. Okay, so the room is closed entirely from all sides. Good. Now I would like to create a camera. Shift A and select camera. Okay, this is the camera. So let's look through the camera. Okay, press the tilde key and select view camera. And let's come to the view and select camera to view. So we can move around using our camera view. So let's position the camera then. Okay, before, let's adjust the focal length. I will enter the value 35. All right. And let's change the resolution. And I will try to adjust the camera. Okay, I need more height. I can cover. Okay, I think we will adjust the camera a little bit later. Let me reposition the armchair. Okay, armchair. So this is the collection, the armchair. So right click and select the hierarchy. Sorry, right click, select objects, and I'll go to my top view, wireframe view, and let me rotate the armchair. Okay, facing towards the camera. Check the camera again. Okay, let's adjust the camera. Okay, if I want to move the camera without jumping using the scroll wheel, I can hold down Control and middle mouse button, click and drag forward and backwards. So I can smoothly move and adjust the camera. Okay. And now I can position my side table, press G and then Shift Z. So it is only moving in X and Y axis. All right. This is fine. Try to rotate the camera just a little bit. Let me go to the top view. And I'll select the lamp. Just trying to, and then select this side table. Just a little bit. Okay, now it's time to add the finishes. Okay, let's work on the finishes. So let me go to the material preview, press Z and select the material preview. So we only have finishes for the armchair. All right. So let's start to apply the material. I will start with the wall. Okay, so this is the wall. Yeah, the wall is selected. I will go to my perspective view, select view camera again. So I exit the camera view and I am back in the perspective view. Okay, so I'll go to the solid, press tab. Okay, so what I will do is take out the skirting from this wall. Okay, so press tab. I'm already in the edit mode, as you can see. Okay, so I will go to my wireframe view, and in my front view I will select all of these. Okay, and press P and select selection, so it will separate the selection. Okay, so this one I can just rename skirting. Okay, and I'll go back to the camera, solid view. This is the skirting, and this one I'll just name it wall. Fine. And this one, the flooring, I'll just give a name, flooring. Right. So I'll start with the wall first. So I'll select the wall and I will go to the shading tab. So this is the shading workflow. Okay. So let's create a new material. Click new and I will rename this. Let's call this wall. So it has given us 2 nodes. Okay. This is just the output and this is the principled BSDF. Okay. Very simple. I will just adjust the base color. So click, and let me give a just a medium gray finish. Okay, very good. And now I'll give a white finish for the skirting. So I'll create a new material and I will enter the value white. Okay, this is already white. It's good. More white. Fine. So I'll go back to the camera view. So the wall is done. Sorry, the wall is not done. Let me apply the same finish to other walls as well. Okay, so let me select this wall with the window and come over here. Select from this drop down, I will select wall. Okay, so I'm sharing the same material as this wall. All right, and this wall as well. And let me decide. Okay, so this wall as well, I will give the dark gray finish. And this wall, which is behind the camera, I will leave it as is. We don't see it. So this is white. Fine. Let this be white. Okay, and the ceiling, let it be white. For the flooring, I will apply a wood finish. Okay, so I'll go to my camera view. Okay, so let me get this window. I have a wood finish, darker wood for the flooring. So before I do it, let me select the floor, and the floor is selected. I'll click new. So it will create a new material with 2 nodes. Let me rename this quickly. I will enter the name flooring. Very good. Okay. And now I will select this and press Ctrl T. Yeah. So the node wrangler add-on is giving me these 3 nodes. Very good. So this is the texture. So what I will do is go to my Explore window and click and drag the texture node. Very good. All I have to do now is get rid of this one, and I will reconnect this texture node with the vector going to vector, and then color goes to base color. Very good. Now the scale of this texture is very big. We can adjust it easily. Let's come to the mapping node. Okay, and this is the scale. So higher the value, the scale is smaller. Okay, let's try 3, maybe okay, 4. Okay, fine. And this is it. Now what is remaining is the side table. This will be a simple black finish. So click on the color, bring this down, and I can give a little bit of a metallic to it. Increase the metallic and reduce the roughness. Okay, very good. Let's rename the material side table. Okay, and now let's give the finish white glossy finish to this vase. Click new. It will add a new material, and I will rename this. Okay, I give add more pure white and add some metallic. Okay, and then reduce the roughness. Little bit of metallic. Okay. Now the remaining part is the floor lamp. Okay, I think I should bring these two out a little bit. Yeah. And let's adjust the floor lamp. Select the floor lamp. And bring this out just a little bit more, as if it is right above the side table. Okay, as per the camera angle. Fine. Now let's give the material, I'll go back to the shading, give material to the floor lamp, and I can isolate the scene. I have added this to my quick favorites. So the shortcut for the quick favorites is Q, and then you can add anything you want. So the default is slash numpad slash. Okay, but I will select this. So I'll select the shade first and zoom in. Okay, so it doesn't have a bulb. I've hidden the bulb. We don't need because we don't see it. So the shade will create a new finish, and let's quickly rename this shade, and let's give a similar color to the wall, but this time this will have a little bit of metallic and a little bit of roughness to it. Okay, now let's work on the other parts. Okay, so these are together, so I'll create a new finish. Okay, now let me click on this. Fine, so I've added a new material here, and let's rename this to gold. All right, so this top part over here I will apply gold, and the remaining part I will apply a darker tone, maybe black. Okay, so let me press tab and then select one of the any part, let's say click and drag, and press Ctrl L. So it will select the entire mesh group. Okay, and now what I can do is click assign. But we don't see any change because we haven't given the finish. So I will give something goldish tone, add some metallic to it, and reduce the roughness. Okay, let's press tab and see. So we have this gold finish applied. Okay, this one as well I will give a gold finish. Gold. Okay, we don't see it, but that's fine. And now this one I would like to give, let me select and press Ctrl L, and let's add, remove. Okay, I never remove. Let's create a new material and let's call this black. Okay, and let's give a black finish. or we can use the same one as the side table. That's fine. I'll use the same as the side table. Where is it? Where is the side table? Let's select. Where is the side table? Let me type. Where is it? Side table. Okay, so that is applied. Same thing I will do with this base. From the drop down, I can type side, and here it is, side table. Fine. So let's come out of the isolation. I'll press Q again and select toggle the local view. Okay. So now I think, let me double check. I'll go to my layout and I'll go to my front view. Let me check. Nothing is floating. All good. I'll go back to my camera view. And let's check the material preview. It's all looking good. And I think now it's time to start applying. Oh, we are done with the materials. Let's add lights to the scene. Okay. So I'll go to my top view and I will add a light. Shift A, and let's add a light. And instead of point, I will select area. Okay. Area light. Let's bring this to the center of this shade. And I can reduce. Let's go to the properties and reduce the size so that it fits inside the shade of this floor lamp. Okay, so this is the only light I have added to my scene. Okay, so let's position the light properly. From my front view, I'll bring this up. Let's position it properly. Okay, this should be enough. And let's check from the render view. Okay. So the default at the moment it's EV. This is good for quick preview. And then later on we can switch to cycles. So this is very handy, quick preview. As you can notice, we are getting a good light, but the other parts of the scene are a little bit darker. So in order to help bring more ambient light, I have, if you remember in the beginning, I have created a small window opening. So let's duplicate this light. Okay. So Shift D, bring this out, and I will rotate this. Press R, press X, so I can rotate this, and press 90. Okay, so it is facing in the right direction. Okay, and let's position it, and we need to increase the size. Let's increase the size. Let's go to the light and we can increase the size. I'll go to my front view and let's position it properly. Nice. And let's give a color, maybe something little bit bluish. So this is the color we will get, and we will adjust the intensity. Let's check. Oh, let's go to the camera view and go to the rendered view. Okay, I will press N so I can hide this. I don't want to see it. So you can see there is some light coming in. Okay, so we need to increase the intensity. Let's increase the intensity. Now there's more light coming in. Increase the intensity. Keep on increasing. Okay, let's try the value 60. I will try the value 90. Yeah, this is good. And this lamp, the light, we need to give a warmer color to this light. So let me select the light. And let's give a warm color. Now it's looking nice. Let's take a quick preview in cycles and see what are we getting. So let's come over here and switch to cycles. Okay, we are getting nice shadows. Very good. Okay, let me add some life to the flooring. Okay, we'll switch back to Eevee. And let's go to the shading tab. Click on shading. And with the floor selected, let's give some metallic. Okay, maybe 0.25 and reduce the roughness. So we get a little bit of reflection, slight, not much. Let's reduce the roughness, maybe 0.2. Okay, we'll go back to the layout and let's see the rendering. Let's check in cycles. It's getting there. As you can see over here, we can see something. You can see this getting this, but when we do a good high-res render, we can notice. So let's make it even more noticeable. Okay, come to the shading tab and reduce the roughness just a little bit. Yeah, 0.17 and maybe 0.3, just for the visual purpose. Come back here and then let's let it render for a minute and let's see the result. Let it render. Now you can see we're getting some slight reflection here. There's some animation happening in the flooring. It's not flat. There's some movement we can see. Looking good. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. Fine. This is looking good. Okay. If you want, we can add some light source on the left side as well, and let's see what we get. Okay. So we need to illuminate some of the darker tone over here. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Let me change this. And let's come over here. Can select this light source, duplicate it, and rotate it. Maybe something like this. And let's check. Oh, I need to reduce the intensity and take a quick preview. First, switch to the camera view. Okay. Okay, change to EV. And now let's play with the intensity. As you can see, we have reduced the dark tone. If I reduce this to 0, you can see it's dark. So let's increase the intensity. No, no. We need to keep the contrast. So let's give more bluish tone. Okay. And increase the intensity. Increase the intensity. Increase the intensity. So now we can get some of the lighting. Let's try 50, 55. If I enter 0 and let's try 55. So we're getting some light movement on this side as well. Okay. How about if I increase the intensity of the lamp? So I want stronger light coming from the lamp. Okay. Just to have a dramatic effect. All right. And I think this is the light source coming behind the chair. Okay, now let's try back from cycles and let's see the effect. And let it render for a minute. Okay. Yeah, I like the flooring. I think I need to increase the intensity for the light coming from the window on the right hand side. Yeah. Okay. Let's. I think it's looking good. Okay, let's select the light source. Go to the, oh, let's switch the camera to the perspective view and select the light source. Okay. And let's go to the EV for a quick preview. What happens if I increase, just to see? If I increase way too much, so we lose that dramatic effect. Okay, so I'll take this back to 90 and give a slightly warmer tone from the sunlight. Try 120. Okay, and now let's select this light. How about if I reduce the size? Okay, 70. So I think now let's try again. Let's switch to cycles and let's see the result, and then we can finalize it. Let it render. And we also have the option in the new version 3.4.1 that I'm using. We have the option of path guiding. So I haven't tried it, So I hope it will give some other, will help to bounce the light better. And denoise. Let's select the denoise. This is good when we are doing the high res. So we have the denoise option. It's very good. Yeah. So I think I cannot render the high res version in this live broadcast. So the point was to show the entire setup with the materials, and I hope you liked it and you learned something from it. So do give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below, and see you in the future for the next video. So until then, take care and bye bye. Okay, so let me change this camera view. Whoa. Okay, there's someone is sending light through this. Let's check this angle. Uh-huh. Not bad, but it's not good to peek inside. Okay. So I really like this real-time rendering, viewport rendering. Yeah. So if you have powerful GPU, you can always come over here and you can select GPU. Yeah. Oh, I actually said goodbye. Oh, sorry, that's I need to stop the stream. See you in the next video. Take care and bye bye. Let's end the stream.